Hello and greetings, one and all, wherever you are, wherever you may be. This is Tony in Laughing Place, Headquarters East, with Mike, who's live at the Disneyland Resort at Disneyland Park. Mike, what's going on?
It's the most wonderful time of year here at the Disneyland Resort. The time when Christmas encroaches on Halloween and they add the snow in mid-October to Sleeping Beauty Castle.
Well, it also sounds like that happened in July of this year, I think, over at the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
Based on your description.
It is a bit like the Nightmare Before Christmas, a merging of the two holidays.
So it looks like most of the castle is done. That turret there to your left does not look like it has snow on it yet.
Yeah, it's just they do it in stages. But I think we're still like a month away from the beginning of the holiday.
Yeah, I know
November 15th.
they say November 15th. Yeah, same day Tiana opens.
Yeah. But I've come to expect that sort of thing. Here's the backside. Also has snow on it.
I don't know when our color scheme changed. I'm messing with our app, and it looks like we've chosen Nickelodeon orange for some reason.
It's for Halloween, you know.
Oh, that's fair.
Pumpkins
That's fair.
are
We'll go with that. We'll go with that. And there is no confirmation whether or not it is Pantone 021, which is in fact Nickelodeon orange.
Okay.
Just gonna take my word for it.
I believe it.
I'll cite my sources. They explain it in The Orange Years, the documentary that was on Hulu for a while. Here we go into Frontierland. Now, something big is happening on this side of the park, right, Mike? What's going on over here?
I love it.
There's a few things that we covered today. One is the continued construction of Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Critter.
Yes.
No, sorry, new Bayou Country.
Yep.
The other is the fact that the Adventureland Treehouse is in working order.
We're gonna definitely have to look at that.
Yeah.
That way we have footage. That's like a Bigfoot sighting.
I think this is the third time that I've ever seen it working. Since I was looking up when it reopened. I think it was in fall of last year.
Yeah.
And it opened with it working, and then it was gone down for a few months. Came back for like a week or two, and then it was broken again until now.
Now, folks, we are live. If you want to see anything, ask questions, comments, concerns, qualms, conundrums, whatever, let us know in the comments. Mike's just skirting the hub over here. Like you've got to like that little outer pathway. And did you just trip over a stroller? What just happened?
No, I was letting people pass. I was going
okay.
Some ducks hanging out here.
Gotta love the ducks. I just sounded like somebody who lives in Oregon.
Ducks are all sleeping here along the banks of this pond.
In our way to Frontierland. Part of this wall was built by Fess Parker and Buddy Ebsen, for the record.
Nice.
As Disneyland got closer to opening, they threw in. It's documented. I don't know if they actually helped, but they staged it.
Some pin trading going on over here.
Now, so I noticed this last week when I was there. None of this is like official pin trading, right? These are all just collector fans.
Correct.
Yeah.
And what was happening was there were all these benches here that were being occupied by the pin traders, and I guess Disneyland wasn't happy about that, so they put in these tables for them. But then they took away the benches. Like I don't understand really what was gained. What was gained by that?
I'm trying to figure out why, of all the spots in the park, they picked this exact spot.
I think because there were benches here. No,
I
they're
know
not.
because the right behind you is a pin store, and
Yes,
part of me wonders if that's why.
that
But
could be it. Yeah.
I don't know. It's very very flea market vibes in that little corner there.
Right.
It was a funny one. It said like my husband said I need to go to therapy.
I would be intimidated to trade pins with those folks, though.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
I feel like they would know much more than I do about pins.
And it's definitely not a like a 1-for-1 with like a cast member. They'd be like, well,
Right.
this one's high value, so you're gonna have to get me 3 or 4 of them.
Uh-huh.
Those are in a basic inside out starter pack. Blah 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 blah.
Okay, we're gonna cut through Adventureland so we can see the treehouse working.
Okay,
As long as it hasn't stopped working in the last 20 minutes.
is there such a thing as
What's that,
cutting,
Tony?
is there such a thing as cutting through this corner of the park? Uh, it's nothing
Uh,
about easy like cutting through. You know what I mean? Oh, it's kind of a pinch point.
right.
Look at that. What was that on your right? That looked bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep going. Don't even acknowledge
Okay.
it. Just keep moving on. I was here when I was here last week. I was looking on your behalf. You were not with me. Is the Indiana Jones pinball machine still there, or is it gone again?
It's gone. It was here for
Okay.
a while. We brought it back when the new movie opened or around that period. And it's gone now again.
Okay. I thought I noticed that it was missing, but I also
Yeah. It's
don't keep
usually
an eye
right
on it.
over there.
So says the leader. Hello from the East Coast. Hello. I'm also on the East Coast. So hello to you as well. Oh, Mike's signal dropped. It is quite hefty in Adventureland. Hopefully we get him back here in just a moment. Sit tight, everybody. And here he is. Hi, Mike. Welcome back.
Hi. Did I drop out there?
You dropped out, yeah.
Okay. So I do get nervous now coming around the corner every time I pass by today that it might stop working, but it is currently going.
There we go.
I don't know why I care so much about this, but I do.
As a person who likes the attractions and because they're based on stories, the
Yeah.
main like power function point of this treehouse
Right. It is
is
critical.
based
It is
around this.
crucial.
Yeah. Because when you go in, you see that the water dumps and powers everything. And I
Right.
noticed when it wasn't working, you don't see that feature inside, so everything's just kind of on
Right.
with no explanation per the story. But
Yeah. So the river, the little stream in the story wise, the stream is turning this wheel. The wheel is turning that keep the gears over there, and that's turning this pulley system, which is carrying the water in those bamboo buckets up to the top and dumping them into that system of pipes. The pipes go through each room in the treehouse, and like you said, Tony, there are little points where you can see how the water is powering all the mechanisms within those rooms. And now it makes sense again.
Hooray! Lena says, "Hola, hola to Lena."
Wow. But let's go over to where the biggest thing is happening in the park right now, which is
A Stitch
the
popcorn bucket.
we do have those too,
Okay.
but
That's big news in Florida right now because they just got them last night with the not so scary Halloween party. You have to be
okay,
going to that party, which is sold out in order to buy them, but they have not been selling them since the beginning of the event in August. So anybody who went in August or September
right.
did not have that chance and is therefore upset.
That makes sense. I would be upset too.
Are we in line to cross the Pirates Bridge here?
Pretty much.
So is this just typical New Orleans Square construction, or is the park kind of crowded today, Mike?
It's definitely more crowded than it was earlier today. I don't think this is necessarily above average crowd level for this time of year. Halloween's pretty popular.
Is that Pirates line on the right?
Yes,
And technically on the left too, but
right.
over on the other side of the rails. But okay.
But there are really busy days where the line for Pirates will stretch all the way down that way,
Yeah, it's
and
true.
that's not the case right now.
Stop coming, Crystal.
But we're gonna go down to where Tiana's Bayou Adventure is being not
Hey,
built,
Jacob,
but
what is
yeah,
up with you?
installed.
Yeah, that's a good question because it's the structure itself has been built, right?
Right. Yes.
I'll show you.
I lean towards installed. If
Yeah.
you're giving me the choice between those two
Right.
words,
Like you would install a dictator.
Mike's opinions that Tiana is a dictator do not reflect those of the rest of the staff here at Laughing Place.
But they're still working on the queue for the Haunted Mansion here. It's getting a new queue to bring it up to date. That's
Now,
still happening.
is it my imagination or did I miss them? Did they take out all the little interactive features on that wall?
That yeah, yes. I guess those are gone, huh? Yeah.
Because before they had the little touch points where it would make the noises and stuff.
Correct. You could scan your magic band, I think, and it would do something. But yeah, that's gone. I think that was around here.
We're going to answer Jacob's question. What you doing here? Well, we're at Disneyland. Mike's going to check out some new progress over at Tiana's Bayou Adventure. The walls of Bayou Country are down, affording us a closer look at some of the details of the new attraction. But coming up on your left is another construction project.
Are you okay?
Right. We've got a new gift shop being built for the Haunted Mansion. That will be right at the exit of the attraction.
Now, as you submitted some photos earlier and we made a post about it. And I was thinking, did they ever say it was a Haunted Mansion specific gift shop? Like it's going to sell Haunted Mansion merchandise? Or are we just assuming that because it's right next to the Haunted Mansion?
I believe when they announced this, they said it was a Haunted Mansion gift shop. I could be mistaken. But it's certainly in the concept art here, the theming, the color scheme certainly matches the architecture style of the mansion itself. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. But inside, you might just find that generic Mickey Disneyland shirt, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that tends to be what happens. I like that in this concept art, they have cleverly scribbled the name so we don't know I don't think they've said what the name of the shop is. It's just a
To
strip all
me,
right now.
that looks like the movie poster for the film Selena. So I'm guessing
Selena,
it's
yeah.
so I'm guessing it's something related to that.
You and I are of the same mind on that one. If you had asked me which movie that reminded me of, I would have said Selena.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Okay.
You, in fairness, you are the only person of recent memory I can think of who got a "Forget Paris" reference I made the other day. So
I, the movie Selena came out when I was I think, in high school, and here's how much of a movie nerd I am, and how much of a pop music nerd I am not. The release of the movie was the first time I had ever heard of Selena even existing. So, there you have it. There's the other side of the gift shop.
which from now on will be known as the Selena Shop.
Yes. Selena's Haunted Mansion memorabilia.
Hey, Michael, thanks for joining us. I'm curious what commercial with a fat meerkat, what was being advertised?
I just like that he found it notable that there was a commercial for a fat meerkat, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I would be all over that. There's
so only want to
Tiana's
watch The Lion
Bayou
King one and a
Country.
half.
Here's the thing, Tony. You know, this is advertised currently as opening on November 15th.
Right.
But starting this coming Monday,
Yep.
October the
21st.
21st, will be Magic Key previews of this ride, of this
Yes.
attraction. So I'll be back here on Monday. I already have my reservation.
Hooray.
Theoretically, if I get up and do the 7 o'clock a.m. virtual queue, which I know you love,
Oh, yeah.
I could be on this thing in a mere 5 days from now.
Does that excite you?
It actually kind of does. I'm pretty excited about that. I have not been on the Florida version since it got rethemed. So yeah, looking forward to this. Checking it out.
Now, the predecessor for this attraction in Disneyland, Splash Mountain, was known for absolutely annihilating anybody who rode it with water.
Yes.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure here in Florida, where I am, doesn't really do that. Even when it was Splash Mountain, if you were in the right
Right.
seat, you got it. But in California, like I've seen videos where people almost sank the log. Like it's so profoundly wet.
Yes.
So my question is, are you going to wear a poncho on Monday?
I wouldn't even say poncho. Ponchos do not help with Splash Mountain, because the real problem is there's that part where you see Bear's butt, and then you kind of go. There's like a couple little dips, and then you
Yep.
come out, and it's the part with the bees.
It's the
going
laughing
around
place drop. Yeah.
the honeycombs. Yeah.
Yep.
And then as you come out of those dips, all the water spills in over the lip of the outer edge of the log. And if you're in the front, your feet are submerged up to like your ankles.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
the poncho doesn't really help in that situation. You would need to put plastic bags
A
around your
full like
legs.
Jim Cantori hurricane suit.
Yeah. I kind of hope that
I'm in Florida. I could say that.
I don't know how you would fix that problem. Maybe an adjustment to the logs, but that would be my hope and desire, is that I can go on this without worrying about, squishing my way through the park the rest of the day, where every footstep I take leaves a watery footprint on the
Well,
ground.
I anticipate you won't be the only one leaving those soggy footprints everywhere.
Yeah. We'll find out very soon.
So there's no water in the trough, though. That's interesting.
No. And last time I was here, it was running. There were people on the ride testing it out.
Like
But that's not the
Imagineers
case.
and
Yeah.
engineers. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like Disney people, Disney cast members.
Toy fan. Hey, toy fan. And this version is looking very good. I've heard, I don't know if you've heard this, but I've heard tales, Mike, that Tiana's was designed for California's, and for
Oh,
Florida, they just kind of made it work. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see, I guess.
that's something we have to ask Doobie because Doobie went on all those trips to New Orleans
That's true.
to learn about the
But
attraction. I don't know if they would have
I have a
talked about.
secret. I have a secret. I think Doobie went on all those trips not just for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but because of the food in New Orleans. One of
Okay,
those only might have been Tiana related. The rest were all just to go get beignets.
I believe it. Here's where the walls have started to come down
Yes.
around the backside of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Right behind this wall here is the big sign that says Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I know that because I
Okay.
saw it from the Mark Twain, but you can't, I didn't get a good picture of it and you can't really see it anywhere else. Here's
Which
the
makes sense that
smaller,
that's right there.
yeah, here's the smaller sign that's like the safety warnings and the height restriction.
40 inches.
You may get wet.
No, you
It
will.
is a turbulent flume adventure. I don't like that they use the word adventure twice.
That's true. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is a turbulent flume adventure. I Journey. What would you say in lieu of the second adventure? Turbulent
I,
flume
yeah,
attraction.
attraction would even be fine there. Yeah. But here we got a good look at the style of the fences that demarcate the queue. Is this how it looks in Walt Disney World, basically?
No,
No.
no.
Oh, so this is different.
Yes, yeah. Unless it's a
And
part
then,
of the queue I have not seen, I'll give you that. But most of the
okay,
queue is pretty much the same as it was with Splash Mountain in terms of this portion of the queue.
interesting.
They just put signage and little aesthetic choices outside, but the that wood paneling kind of idea there is not
Yeah.
existent in Florida.
Okay. Interesting. And then, do you guys have this? The kind of like little mini greenhouse? I don't know. What would you call
I don't
this?
know about that specifically, but there are like little planter ideas like that. Yeah,
Planters. Yeah.
yeah.
So this is onions, Brussels sprouts, and celery growing for Tiana's Foods Company in theme, and it's labeled as the children's garden.
Is that where they grow kids?
uh-huh. It's those little what in Harry Potter, those things you
The
pluck out and
mandrakes.
they scream at you. Yeah.
I mean, no, hold on. I have to think about that for a second. I think they're called the mandrakes, Mike. I don't know.
Right. And then this one is a little tool shed sort of thing with shears and hose and
A birdhouse
other
for some reason.
yeah. A birdhouse is there, a little toolbox, pots and watering cans. I see people up there. You can see this is a construction worker with the vests on
Oh, okay.
in between the rock work up there. But it's looking very nice.
So
It's
now
looking
that used
almost
to be
done. Yeah.
the old Fast Pass distribution area, right?
Yeah. Yes. So there's a gift shop here
Yeah,
that
that was
was
the Briar
called the Briar
Patch.
Patch.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's gonna. I don't. Do we know what that's gonna be called? I don't think
it
they've said.
we do, but I don't know
We
it
do. Okay.
offhand. Yes, it has been announced.
And then yeah, right around here was
Raised
where
berets. I don't
Raised
know how that
Berets.
just came to me, but it was raised berets.
This is around where the Fast Pass kiosks were.
It was funny.
So
I was
those are
talking
gone.
about that previously, or actually in the article from our pictures that you've submitted earlier.
Yeah.
Because that used to be the Winnie the Pooh Fast Pass area, and the Splash Mountain Fast Pass area is back where the new gift shop is. But it confused
Right.
everybody. So when Winnie the Pooh dropped their Fast Pass back in the day, when that was still a thing, Fast Pass no longer exists and hasn't for quite some time. They moved the Splash Mountain machines to the old Winnie the Pooh ones. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. Now, earlier you said the front side of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Now we're coming to the back side of it. But technically, the entrance is back here. So is this the front or the back?
A question for the ages. Now, I said this was the first hidden Mickey that we've spotted on Twitter or X for Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Disneyland. Would you agree with that?
I might need to see it at a different angle. I'm very, very particular when it comes to hidden Mickeys.
Okay. The ears are not the same size.
The ears are
That's
never.
the issue.
That's the main one. Theoretically, they should be 75% the size of the head and spaced out a little bit further than they are in those two barrels. But I expect and anticipate many people to consider this a hidden Mickey.
Okay.
There are people. Let me see that little etching in the poll that you just walked by.
Yeah.
Okay, I bet some people would be like, "That's almost a hidden Mickey."
Despite there being
So
4 leaves.
that's why it's almost.
Okay. Oh, and then you can
That's
also
how
see.
I am with like the amount of people. Oh, hidden Mickey, hidden Mickey. Like you
Yeah.
put 3 dimes together. Oh, that's a hidden Mickey. No, it's not.
Through here is the loading area for Splash Mountain slash Tiana's Bio Adventure. And I
I
thought I
saw
saw
somebody
some
moving. Yeah, I definitely saw
workers
somebody
in there.
moving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There are people in there. Yeah.
Uh, Kyle putting a small plug in. Tony, save some of that ranting for Friday. We are having, if you are a member of Laughing Places YouTube channel, Kyle and I will be doing a stream on Friday afternoon ish, depending on where you are in the country, where he's going to provoke me into some ranting. I suspect he might do that now, but before it was going to be about the new Disney Adventure and some of the offerings on that, namely why they didn't just call their Japanese and Asian restaurant Harryhausen's instead of Mike and Sully's. But we'll save that for Friday.
Okay. Here's a mural. You guys have this? I haven't looked at it.
We have
in
it
a-
differently.
Okay.
Ours is not stretched like this; it's stacked. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's those 5 panels are squished vertically instead of spread
Okay.
out horizontally.
But roughly the same
But
design.
this aesthetically, it looks the same. I'm not gonna say exactly the same, but it looks the same.
Yeah. So you have Lewis, the alligator, right?
Mm-hmm.
And playing instruments with a bunch of children.
Yes.
And then you have a garden with pumpkins and eggplants and watermelons, and some folks are harvesting them. A kind of a cornucopia made out of musical notes and a music staff, and then peppers or something, or carrots are growing out of them.
Either way, they're peppered into there. Yeah.
Yeah. A kitchen with all those vegetables are being prepared. And then lastly, oh, so it kind of tells the story. The music is kind of being planted like seeds. I see. The story is equating music with the agricultural
I
process.
suddenly want to go to an art museum with Mike Celestino. Wait, well, hold on. This is what I'm getting. Wait, this is what's happening? Okay.
And then the last panel is there eating the food with Lewis. He's also looking at a recipe book. Oh, maybe they're still preparing it there. I thought maybe they were sitting around a table eating it, but there's still like chefs preparing the food. Here's the sign.
Well, because the attraction does take place at Tiana's Foods, her
Yeah,
food factory.
right. November 15th, less than a month away. Unless you're a magic key holder, then you can come next week
Yes.
and potentially
I believe
on the
Magic
track.
Key. I believe Magic Key Holder previews run through October 21st through November 13th.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that makes sense because I think the 13th and the 14th is I don't even know if I'm supposed to say it. Never mind. I don't know anything.
Teehee. Does that one have adventure twice?
Yeah.
Actually, it says it a few times. Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Tiana's Bayou Adventure,
Right.
Flume Adventure,
Right.
This Adventure.
And here's the main entrance to the queue, even though the queue started way back there. Nicely painted. It still smells like fresh paint in here.
It's a good thing you're in a well-ventilated outdoor area.
Yeah.
I like that they have like the fences there because before it would just be like ropes and ropes and ropes because
Right.
that was technically the entrance to Splash Mountain, but the queue
Yes.
would extend. So this is a nice little, more organized entrance area.
Yeah. Well, now that it changes week by week. This new fast pass lightning lane system, but
Would you
they
pay
have a.
$450 for immediate access to any Lightning Lane attraction in the park?
It sounds like if you have like a once in a lifetime visit to the parks and
Let
you
me
want to make
rephrase.
the absolute most of it.
Would you
Would
spend
I personally no?
$450 per person?
Me
For
no, I would
okay,
not. Oh,
that's
earlier
$1,000 in ride access.
if you look at the pictures I took earlier today, there was all sorts of green tape
Yeah,
around this area, and that's been pulled up now. So they are getting closer and closer.
it looks like he was painting in the pictures that
Yeah.
are currently on laughingplace.com. Be sure to check them out.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I acknowledged this already, but I'll go ahead and do it. Luke said, "R.I.P. Splash Mountain."
Yeah.
My last Splash Mountain experience was in California, but my first job at Disney was in the Splash Mountain gift shop almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So Splash Mountain will always have a special meaning to me. So I agree with Luke in this instance.
I think my final ride on this Splash Mountain, which was my final ride on any Splash Mountain, when I got off the log, Tony Baxter was standing waiting to get on the same log, and I got a quick selfie with him
Nice.
on the last day of the ride's operation.
Did you ask him how he felt about it leaving?
I didn't. It was a very
Okay.
quick moment. I was excited that I just like passed by him basically, and he was kind enough to agree to take a photo with me.
I would have, and I'm using quotes with my fingers, slipped back into the log and said, don't dispatch. Go ahead and dispatch.
Here's the well, this used to be where you would buy your photos. I don't know. I guess they probably still will do that.
Yeah.
So they'll show your photos on these screens. The on ride photo. And then you can purchase it here at these windows. And around the corner here is the exit.
So with that sign there, that leads me to believe they will still retain the single rider line. That's not officially confirmed, but I'm speculating based on that sign being there that the single rider line for Splash Mountain will still exist on Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
But it's also the like ADA.
That's true too.
entrance.
That is also true.
So either way, they have to have that signage here. But yeah, this is the exit. And then behind me here, some leftover stuff from Splash Mountain remains here, built into the walls.
And it's all part of Bayou Country now.
Yep. And then here's Critter Club, the new name of this, what used to be Pooh Corner.
It's still Pooh Corner on the other side, but yes.
Right. But it was all one. Right?
It was all Pooh Corner,
yeah. So this side is now Lewis's Critter Club. We got some new posters that I took pictures of earlier.
I anticipate my brain will forever call it Lewis's Critter Country Club. No golf course. So that half of the store is not open. I know if you go into Pooh Corner, there's a wall, so you can't go into the connecting spot. That has been closed up, I think temporarily, to be fair.
I also
all of those
noticed
characters are featured in the attraction.
Featured in the ride?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yep.
So took pictures of some of these details earlier.
I don't know if you want any spoilers or anything, but yeah, they're all on the right. Do you know about the story at all?
I just bits and pieces. I haven't watched the full ride through of the
Okay.
Florida version, but I've seen clips.
It's basically Tiana's Foods is having a party, and they need musicians for the party. So you set out to find them. It's
Yeah.
very much I've related it to the Grand Fiesta tour in the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot with the Three
Okay.
Caballeros, because it's almost the same idea. Oh, we have to find Donald for the big party.
Or it's kind of
Um,
like a heist movie where you're like putting the crew together.
yes. Now I want Ocean's 11, the log flume.
Here's that new honey
Yes.
H2 honey.
Can we still call it new at this point? I feel like it's been at least a few weeks now.
Okay, relatively new on
Yes.
the grand,
New to some.
geological time scale.
Well, in that case,
Is
it's brand
new.
new. Yes, for sure. In that case, we're still brand new
Yes.
as humanity, not me and you, Mike.
Right. And here's that wall that you're talking about, blocking entry into Lewis's Critter Club, which is coming soon.
So the roof threw me off, the way it's got that like paneling on the roof above you. And when you
Yeah.
made that curve, I thought it was like a rolling door if they were closing up.
Gotcha. Oh, it's Piglet. I don't see Piglet too often.
Show us, show us.
It's right here.
By himself too.
Yeah. Usually it's Pooh or Eeyore or Tigger.
And now I might be mistaken, but I remember it being you could walk around and like they all were there. Like there was multiple stops.
Yeah, I actually saw a bunch of them out here earlier, but it's not like one of those trick or treat trails anymore. Yeah, it still says food corner on this side, but you got the Bayou Country sign up here.
That was your finger. There we go. Okay. And I saw in our photos earlier the Teddy Bar homage is also still there.
Yeah. Yep. Waterfall over here is not running, which I found distressing earlier because I find it very
Hey.
relaxing. Oh,
Hey.
Jack Skellington's on the ride.
Oh no. He's thinking over what part of the Disneyland Resort to take over next. No, you're getting greedy, Mike. You can't have this water feature running and the treehouse one working
Right.
properly. Okay, you gotta pick. Water features don't make money.
Any last things you want to do before you go? Don't let you be annoyed.
Yes, it's all very exciting. It's all coming together.
All right, well, let's head out of this area and see what else is going on in Disneyland Park.
Okay.
I think it's interesting that there's no outside of the little pergola there, and I don't even know if it's on that. There's nothing on this building that says Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Because the main marquee, as you said, is behind that wall up there. Unless it's not up yet. I'll give you that it might not be installed yet. In California, in Florida here, we have a truck right outside that building that says Tiana's Foods.
Okay.
But yeah. And Bayou Country does not have a train station there, so it won't confuse people that they're getting in line. In Florida, the Frontierland train station is right in the same area, and people see multiple signs that say entrance. Oh, okay. Having worked the Walt Disney World Railroad at some point in my career, I'll allow it. Go through Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
Just so we already saw that New Orleans Square stretch, so let's go this way.
Yeah.
And the canoes are not running, right?
The canoes? I have not seen them going today. No.
Okay, so this
Oh, the railroad is running with just looks like just conductors and engineers on it.
Interesting,
That has not reopened yet.
because that's been down for refurb for a while, right?
Yeah, but the train is going. We're about to see it come around this side. Let's stop here and watch that go past.
One of those times we wish we had a Zoom.
Right. I can zoom in on my screen, but I don't think you see.
Yeah, I see it. Now, there's got to be more of a reason to the train being down for refurb than just the Tiana's viewpoint, right?
Oh, they told me that they replaced the track between Toontown Station and Tomorrowland Station.
Oh, very
That
nice.
entire
Okay.
part of the track got replaced. I'm guessing every so many years they have to do that.
Oh, probably. I'm seeing a lot of hoodies. Is it chilly there today, Mike?
Yeah, though that's the other thing I wanted to say is that it has started to feel like fall here in Southern California, finally. And next week, a week from Friday, Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree will be opening up. Yeah, it's nice and brisk out today. Overcast.
Here in Florida, we're expected to get to a low of 57 tonight, which is a big deal. So
Yeah.
I'll take it. I kind of wish we had that weather. As you're aware, I was out there last week, and we
Yes.
kind of wish we had this weather the whole time. So I'm a little jealous of you right now too. But we have
I'm
it here,
enjoying
so I
it.
can't
Yeah.
complain too much.
I was missing the cooler weather for sure.
And that triumphant music means we are now in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
So many people complain about the Magic Kingdom closing up our Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island to fill in for Cars attractions. And they're shocked that they would ever do such a thing. And I point to Galaxy's Edge and say, at Disneyland, they shortened the river and built Star Wars Land. So nothing surprises me anymore. And then they'll go, well, Tom Sawyer Island was waltzed. The rivers were waltzed. Right, in Disneyland, which again was changed for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So again, nothing surprises me anymore.
I would have been upset if they had completely eliminated the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island here for
Well,
Star Wars Land.
I like the steamboats because they're atmospheric, similar to the trolley in Toontown and in California Adventure. Like they weren't anything huge, but they add to it, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm afraid of the loss personally. But again, with you, I would be more upset if we lost it altogether in California. So we still have it, but here I'm just like I hear you complaining, but you shouldn't be surprised. As long as they keep some water features and keep those water features on, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Anything new in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge lately?
I walked through earlier. I didn't see anything terribly notable.
I'm happy to go back.
Do you still come and just hang out in Galaxy's Edge? Like I remember you used to play Sabacc every now and then.
The first week it was open, I was bringing like my Sabacc deck and hoping somebody would join me in a game. It never actually happened. And then for a while they were like you could come and learn Sabacc from
Okay.
a local Batuan.
Now, there's one thing you told me that you did once. You have the metal, the Spira gift card. Is that right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And then
I
that's
have,
how you just,
yeah. There's
and
three
that's how
different
you,
colored
and
ones.
that,
Yeah.
and you just go through here like a local, and this is how you'll buy your snacks or whatever.
And there's nothing more satisfying than ordering a drink at Oga's Cantina and just like plunking one of those down on the bar.
Like that aspect of it, if it were something I'm diehard into, like you are with Star Wars, I can get behind that 100%. But yeah, coming into the Black Spire outpost.
One kind of semi-notable thing that I saw today was there was a plush doll that was quote unquote exclusive to D23 Expo, not Expo this year. And his name is Teek. He's a little character from a little creature from one of the Ewok movies in the 80s, the made for TV Ewok movies.
Okay,
And they have him here now. There he is.
I would have thought that's the like a baby cuddly version of the thing from Empire Strikes Back.
Oh. No, this is Teek. Okay. You're okay. There's more of him over there.
So not a high demand item at D23, we're guessing.
I guess not. I guess not. Even though I believe those movies are still available to stream on Disney Plus. They were for a while. But who
The
knows?
Ewok
Stuff
ones.
comes in.
Let's have a
Yeah,
look.
the two Ewok made for TV movies from the mid 80s. One is The Caravan of Courage, and the other is Battle of Endor.
I'd like to thank you, Mike, for messing up my algorithm. First of all, Ewoks, Star Wars Vintage, Caravan of Courage, and Star Wars Vintage Ewoks: The Battle for Endor, as well as the animated Ewoks.
Yeah,
They're all still there
great.
from 1984 and 1985.
Mid 80s.
Looking at my recent searches, now there's Ewoks, Hamster and Gretel. Don't ask why this one's there. While You Were Sleeping, Waking Sleeping Beauty, Big City Dreams, and American Crime Story, because I was looking for the OJ show again. And
While You
Haley's
Were
on it,
Sleeping,
which you won't find on it anymore.
right. Is While You Were Sleeping on Disney Plus?
It is.
Okay, just because
So
of
if you want to watch a happy-go-lucky rom-com starring Spaceballs' Bill Pullman and Speed's Sandra Bullock, and the OC's guy whose name I forgot, Peter Gallagher. There it is.
is
Yes.
Peter Gallagher the one who's sleeping?
Yes, he is.
Okay,
He's having himself a little nap.
but by sleeping we're talking about a coma, right?
Yeah, because he fell onto the subway tracks. Yeah.
Right.
And
Now that's
Sandra
just
Bullock
on there.
rescued him.
That's just on there because you have like the Hulu combo thing, right?
Well, that could be. I thought it was because it's Touchstone.
All right.
Now let me double check that. I love going through Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and talking about forgotten 90s rom-coms with Mike
I had not
while looking
forgotten
at the
about.
Millennium Falcon. Yeah, it's available on Disney Plus. You don't have to have Hulu.
Okay,
Yep.
interesting. I guess that's family friendly enough. That's not nothing.
Yeah.
Too
I mean,
ribald
you
about that.
sure lying to the rest of a man's family, pretending to be his wife because he's comatose and has slipped into a coma after a fall onto the subway tracks, and then falling in love with said family, and then the brother in that family. Spoiler.
Let me hear the spoiler.
Oh yeah, the Bill Pullman is the brother, and she falls in
okay.
love with the brother
Oh, gotcha.
of
Yeah.
the man who fell onto the tracks, who she was pretending to be the fiance of. 90s movies were great.
There's a genre of movie from that period, 80s and 90s mostly, but there were some outside of there. I'm sure some, probably from like the 40s screwball comedy era, but I call this genre "While I Was Conning You, I Fell in Love with You for Real."
But she doesn't fall in love with him. She falls in love with his family and, more
Right,
importantly, his brother.
right. My favorite
Kyle fell
example,
in love with his eyebrows based on this comment. So.
yeah, but my favorite example of that um, genre from the early 90s is Dana Carvey movie called Opportunity Knocks. Are you
Okay,
familiar
I've
with
heard of
this?
that. I have not seen it. Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty much the quintessential one of those movies.
I probably
Dana
heard of it because
Carvey.
I listened to Dana Carvey and David Spade's podcast.
Okay.
And Dana Carvey likes to mention everything he's done every 3
Yes.
episodes or so. So,
Yeah.
now we're exiting Star Wars Galaxy's Edge back into Frontierland. And by one of the former Conestoga wagons, I believe.
There was a brief period after Dana Carvey left Saturday Night Live where he was maybe going to be a movie star. Like, people thought maybe it'll work out. And he was in a movie called Clean Slate and Opportunity Knocks, and then a movie with Nicolas Cage called Trapped in Paradise. Have you ever seen that one?
I've again heard of it, but I've not seen it.
I lost you there.
No, yeah. You're getting a little choppy, but no, I said I had not seen it, but I have heard of it.
Okay.
The biggest weird piece of trivia for me surrounding Dana Carvey in movies is that the movie Bad Boys was written for him and John Lovitz, not
Right,
Will Smith and
yes.
Martin Lawrence. That is
I do remember
that would have
hearing
been a completely different movie. And then Kyle points out, but then Turtle.
Right. Master of Disguise was kind
Master
of
of Disguise.
final nail in the coffin of Dana Carvey's movie career.
Which I think at that point was actively being hammered together in terms of that coffin. But I hear screaming, so we must be in Fantasyland.
I think about this every time I go to Disneyland now, but I told you, like, my favorite thing about not having children is that when I hear a crying child, like, I love hearing crying children at Disneyland because I can just, like, walk away from them, you know? You can just, if somebody's irritating you at a theme park and you're single, you can just go somewhere else. It's awesome. You don't have to deal with it.
I'll put that in my do we want a family ? Notes. At Disneyland, you could just walk away. Which I think you can do with a kid. You just might face some kind of penalty.
Yes. Sorry.
What's the wait for Casey Jr.? Let me look at the app. Because you said you only have ridden the monorail today.
That is true. But I did ride in the front car for the first time in 5 years.
Nice. Yeah. Did you get a video or did you just enjoy it?
Yeah, I shot video. It's in the folder.
Nice.
Waiting to be uploaded.
Okay. I'll look for that later.
Okay.
Uh, 25 minutes for Casey Jr. Recently, when I was there, I took my wife on Fantasyland or Storybook Land canal boats for her first time. And she was like, okay, that was more cute than I thought it would be. So I got a seal of approval, and I was excited.
It's fun for the whole family, you know.
Yes, with or without your screaming kid.
Do not walk away from your screaming kid if you are on Storybook Land canal boats. You
Oh yeah,
will
don't do that.
quickly find your shoes filling with water,
I like
as they say in the
that.
middle of the
Over in Toontown, Gadgets is a 20. I'm sorry, Chippendale's Gadget Coaster is a 20-minute wait. Mickey is a 40-minute wait. Runaway Railway is a 50-minute wait, and Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin is a 45-minute wait. It's a Small World still closed for refurbishment as they install, not Haunted Mansion Holiday. It's a Small World Holiday. My brain was like Haunted Mansion Holiday. I'm like, nope, that's not right.
Just to mix it up one year, they should put Haunted Mansion Holiday in It's a Small World and vice versa.
I don't know what would get more backlash.
I mean, isn't in Japan right now where it's a Small World is Marvel?
It's Groot. Yeah,
Marvel.
it's like Groot's Adventure Around the World or something. Is it Japan? Hold on, let me look. I thought it was Hong Kong, but it might be
I was
Japan.
like, they would never get away with that here. There'd be a
Oh,
riot.
there would, yeah. The people protesting it would burn Small World down before they ever got the chance to put Marvel in it.
I mean, people were angry when they put Disney characters in Small World.
Yeah, it's coming to Tokyo Disneyland.
Okay, that hasn't opened yet.
It has not opened yet. It's a Small
Okay.
World with Groot. Opening January 15th.
Oh, so I will theoretically be there in April in Japan. So I could see this Groot Small World.
They say it's temporary and closing June 30th, so you'll be there in time.
Yeah, sweet.
However, I don't know. I suspect it might stay longer.
Mm.
I don't know how attached to their Small World they are in Tokyo.
I'm just watching these ducks dodge the boats as they go past.
So they're duck dodgers of the 21st century?
Yeah.
Okay. The ride storyline will revolve around Groot, the adorable tree-like alien from Guardians of the Galaxy, visiting Earth for a vacation. Oh yeah, they burned this down in California. Like they rioted when they added characters to it. Period.
That's what I said.
Oh, I see a plaid vest. Is it celebrity or wealthy?
Right. I did not see any celebrity that I recognized.
We spotted Kris Jenner last week.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know if I would have recognized Kris Jenner. I also don't recognize sports celebrities.
I definitely didn't, but my friend did. And I was like, oh, I could see it. I guess Chloe is with them too, but I didn't see that one.
Okay. I would like to keep moving, but there's just a constant stream of people.
It's fine.
Right now.
You're in Fantasyland. Embrace it.
Okay.
Again, folks, we are live. If you have a comment, question, anything you want to see, let us know. We're almost done with our full circle tour of Disneyland, and then we'll wrap up our stream. But stay tuned. We're still here. Do we dare go back into Toontown, Mike?
If you like.
Well, I mean,
I'm happy to go. Now that you've said it, I feel like we might as well.
Yeah, we can go. We can go have a gander. How would you feel if they took Galaxy's Edge and made 25% of it grass and then said, you know what? George Lucas used to sit under this tree, so we're going to make this fake George Lucas tree and turn it into an attraction, and then take Millennium Falcon and say, no. Let's make Hondo a private eye for some reason.
I was bummed about that anyway. The whole private eye thing.
Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just. What's the origin of that? You massacred my boy. I forget what that's from.
The Godfather.
Godfather. It is Godfather. Okay. That's me with Toontown. So,
Okay.
and having seen it in person a few times, I just you massacred my boy. That's all. Although now, how did you feel about when the news broke? I don't know if you caught this. It was a blip for a second, and then it kind of got pushed under the rug again. That Roger Rabbit almost got replaced by a DuckTales ride.
Yeah, I saw that, the concept art
Yeah.
floating around. That would have been interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of both of those properties, so I would
So
have been bummed at the same time as sort of intrigued, I
so
guess.
I agree with you. It would have been based on the new DuckTales, but my main criticisms based on the art that I saw were how thinly veiled the layover was.
Right.
It was very like slap a cardboard cutout over Roger,
Mm.
cheap. But it's a DuckTales attraction that focused on Donald and his nephews. If you have a DuckTales attraction, it should be Scrooge and the nephews, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and Scrooge was nowhere to be found based on the
Really?
art. So,
Huh. Wonder
but
why.
I'm glad we still have Who Framed Roger Rabbit with weird Dick Tracy Jessica Rabbit. Toontown area music you can hear right now. Or you could also check it out on Spotify, streaming now. And if you put it up against an 80s or 90s sitcom intro, it would fit rather well. And Mike is jamming.
I think two of the songs on this playlist were written by They Might Be Giants, who are my
That's
favorite
Hot
band.
Dog is one of them, right?
And this one, yeah.
And this one, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse
Yeah.
theme.
Yes.
Well,
I
what is
remember.
under tarps?
What's that?
There's something under tarps on the Toontown skyline.
Oh, why am I not seeing tarps? Oh, I see. The gag factory over here.
Oh, okay.
Looks like maybe they're getting ready for holidays.
That's fair. That's a good assessment.
I remember an interview with them talking about writing, I think it was this song, where they said that they were challenged by Disney to write a new song where you had to spell out Mickey Mouse's name, but in a different melody than the one they were already familiar with, and like how difficult that was for them to like shake, because we all know the Mickey Mouse
Yeah.
Clubhouse, the old Mickey Mouse Clubhouse theme, right? That
Well, the
is
Mickey Mouse Club.
Mickey Mouse Club, yes.
Yeah. So, what is it? Sing it.
M-I-C-C.
No, the new one.
Oh, M-I-C-K-E-Y M-O-U-S-E.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
I was like, I can't remember it now, but yeah, there you go. Because all I got was Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, but I know that's wrong because you're not spelling it.
Yeah, there was a brief period, probably 15 years ago, where they were doing a lot of stuff for Disney. They kind of sold out to the man a little bit, but I liked all that stuff too.
They did the cover of "There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow"
Yes.
from Meet the Robinsons, right? Okay,
Yeah, it's a good one.
that was not used in the movie, for the record, but it was on the soundtrack.
Interesting.
Actually, was it used in the movie? Oh well, I need to watch it again.
I've not seen it.
You've not seen Meet the Robinsons?
No.
Oh, Mike, it's a good thing you didn't tell me that when we were at our friend's wedding, because I would have whipped it out right there at the table.
All right, next 95 minutes, we're just watching Mr. Robin Meet the Robinsons.
Yep. Nobody bother us. We'll dance later.
I don't know if it's actually 95 minutes long.
It's about. Get close to the Dirty Dancing Mickey Minnie fountain. Oh my God, 95 minutes on the nose.
What, really?
Yeah, it's an
Wow.
hour and 35 minutes.
Look at that. It's kismet.
Bolt is longer by 1 minute. Treasure
I saw
Planet
Bolt.
also 95 minutes.
Saw Bolt in the theater.
Did you like Bolt?
I think I remember thinking it was just okay.
Okay. I remember that was like my first instance of being upset with something because I knew what it could have been ahead of time.
Okay. I could see that.
Because I went to basically a panel, and they said this is what we're doing, and they showed us storyboards and like animatics, and then all of that, not all of it, but most of it was scrapped, and that was called American Dog at that point in time.
Oh, yeah.
And then recently, and you can check this out on laughingplace.com, I interviewed Steven Anderson, the director of Meet the Robinsons, and we talked about Bolt being American Dog and how groundbreaking American Dog would have been, but it didn't happen. Sigh. Coming up on our right, we're passing by the Fantasyland Theater, where Mike called me out for getting the wrong Pixar short name. And it will forever stick in my brain.
Sorry.
It's okay. I deserved it.
The decor from the Pixar Pals Playtime Party is still
That's right,
there.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
But it hasn't been going for a bit.
But Troubadour Tavern is still open for some reason.
Yes.
I guess it's nice to have a snack offering, but nobody's back here because there's nothing going on back here.
Got the restrooms.
That's true. Oh, they took down. So when I was here last week, if you like look to your right, those tables, there was a big thing that said Pixar there, and that's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and this is.
Oh yeah,
just
all
dark.
the stage is still there. And for those who want to know, I called the short for the birds, feed the birds, and Mike aggressively called me out in the greatest way because I deserved it. I would have done the same.
That doesn't sound like me.
You go, whoa, Tony, whoa. I might even have it saved in my greatest hits clip reel. Those two hugging that you just passed, I'm guessing, have decided to leave their screaming child behind elsewhere in the park. I'm joking. Don't do that, folks. Do not do that.
I mean, you know where they're going to end up.
It's TikTok.
No, I just mean they always bring them to the same place. They always go down to the town square.
Was there any kind of a Halloween cavalcade today?
Yeah, actually, that just passed by.
Oh, okay.
As we were looking at Storybook Land canal boats, but we weren't close enough to really get a good look at it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's head back into Tomorrowland.
Okay.
Then we'll wrap it up on Main Street.
The other interesting thing today that we didn't see on the stream was the Lego store in downtown Disney is closed for refurbishment over there. But it's been like that for a week. It's just this is my first time coming since that happened.
Do you know what they're? Excuse me. Do you know what they're doing to it?
What did I think?
I'm not sure that they've said, and I don't know.
Oh, BP there.
I'm
I
sure
do
their
think
master builders are cooking up something.
I think they should cycle out some of the large scale Lego Disney builds in there because over the years they've accumulated a lot of grime, especially the ones that are outside that have been like
The
sun
ones
bleached.
outside desperately need to be replaced.
So maybe let's cross our fingers that they'll take care of that.
A Matterhorn line. Roosevelt's shirt just walked by.
Right, but he doesn't have to declare it.
Nope.
Unless,
Imagine if he did. Would you just like shoulder check him and
excuse
be
me,
like,
sir.
"Was your shirt provided by Roosevelt's?" You got some Star Wars stuff from them recently, haven't you?
Yes, I got the last ones they sent me were from the Comic Con period, the stuff that they had revealed for Comic Con, and one of them is a great Ralph McQuarrie concept art shirt from the original trilogy. Has a lot of his better known pieces that he created for the original trilogy in like a collage. And then the other one was the Ewoks. The whole thing is covered with Ewoks, and then in on the pocket is C-3PO as he's like being lifted like he's a god to the Ewoks, you know. Really, really love both of those shirts. So thank you to our friends at Roosevelt's for sending more over to me. I can't get enough. They have better and better designs every time.
Submarines.
Yeah, the last ones they sent me were the
I think that's my
Pixar
favorite.
Seersucker collection, and I really like those. So
Nice.
the Bugs Life one is it's green and blue, so it's a little
Yeah.
it stands out, but when you get close, you see Flick hiding in it, and when people notice that, that's when they get excited.
The only Pixar one I saw that somebody was wearing that I was like, I really want that, and I went to like look it up to see if it's still available. I think it was selling for like $700 on eBay or
Oh,
something.
God.
But it was Sid's Room toys
Oh yeah,
from Toy
that's
Story.
one of the very early ones.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
And then Tomorrowland. Remember how at the D23 Ultimate Fan event they had that whole 7-minute intro of a symphonic score as they
Yeah.
like flew over the different landscapes of the Disney parks, and they
Yes.
like stuck on Tomorrowland for a while, and everybody got so excited. We're finally gonna get our Tomorrowland makeovers,
Mm,
and silence, nothing.
right. Right.
Thanks, Joshy D. And we know Autopia's sticking around because we're about a year shy from their electric car deadline, if I remember right.
I can't wait for that. Even so, earlier I had to go take pictures. Somebody had put in the Disneyland Resort potential coverage folder.
Uh-huh.
Just a little bit behind the scenes of Laughing Place.
Yes.
There's new. You can get a new type of driver's license at Autopia right over here. New machines. You pay to have your photo put on a little driver's license. And as I was standing here taking the photos, I was like, I remember why I never like to come over here because I can't. The noise that these cars make,
Which you can hear
just
right now.
yeah, it just chisels into my very soul. Like a jackhammer. They sound like jackhammers. to me.
Chisels.
And the smell
Yeah.
of the gas,
Yep.
it's long overdue that they need to replace those with electric cars.
I remember when Honda took it over a few years back, everybody thought,
Yeah.
this is it. This is the electric cars.
Yeah, me
Nope.
too. I thought the same thing. Didn't happen. But if that happens, I might go on Autopia every once in a while. As it stands, we went on for Cole's bachelor party. That was the only time in like I think since post pandemic since I've gone on it.
And your thoughts the entire time you were going down the track were?
Make it electric.
I was hoping for something more poetic, like chisels
Oh.
into my soul. But
Okay.
I'll go with
I
it.
tried to be pleasant, you know. I guess I was by myself in the car, so I could have done anything I wanted.
You mean on Cole's bachelor party with other grown men of size, you didn't share vehicles?
We had enough people to take up. We each got our own car, and we took up the entire row. You know how they load them
Yeah.
all at the same time?
Yeah.
One side was our entire party of people filling up all the cars.
I'm changing my mind. Once we get out of Tomorrowland, go down to the pumpkin point at the end of the street, and then that's where we'll wrap
Okay.
up.
Okay. What I'm
On the
saying is
Star Trader lights.
Cole's bachelor party was pretty wild.
We took over a whole
We
lane
took
of
An
Autopia
entire row of the Autopia.
So for those just kind of coming into our conversation who don't know Mike and I, which is fine, our friend Cole recently got married and Mike went to his bachelor party. I could not make it. I was in Florida. But he also has a former roommate who's about 7.5 feet tall and about 1.5 feet wide. And I'm Kellen. And
Yes.
I'm just imagining him and you in a single Autopia car and how we talked about this when I saw you about the comedy of
Yes.
the opposing sizes, and that's what
Right.
I'm picturing. And just cruising down, and you're miserable because you've got the jackhammer noise going,
and I'm still waving at Osimo as I pass by.
I can't not call him Osimo. Thanks, South Park.
Osimo.
On Disney Trivia Live with Gooby and Gideon
face.
recently.
Sorry, go ahead.
On Disney Trivia Live recently, they asked Gideon a question about what attraction is this from. And it was a screen grab from the pre-show that is only visible if you go into certain parts of the Autopia Cube. And nobody could figure it out. So in the hints, I dropped a clue and I said, I don't know, this ride's pretty awesome-o. Over here on the right, the construction has expanded.
Yeah.
It has swallowed Pixie Hollow, another Roosevelt shirt, by the way. So are we going to get this fountain landscaping box yet? Or what's going on?
Very interestingly, to me at least, it's not two separate construction walls. The new construction wall that has been added is literally attached
Yeah.
to the previously existing
Which,
construction wall.
Correct me if I'm wrong, has been there since 2019.
Yeah.
Because it's part of Project Stardust in the Galaxy's Edge opening. Oh, let's enjoy.
They're just going to walk past us. Getting some waves, though. How about that?
Hello, 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 hello. What? No character. Years and years ago, I was at the theater and I saw the Disney film. I think it was Touchstone, though. Reign of Fire. Do you know that film?
Do I do it?
Say it again. You cut out. Sorry.
I said, are you familiar with the movie Reign of Fire?
Oh yes,
Yeah. So I
directed
was
by Rob Bowman from the X-Files.
I saw that movie in theaters, and I was with some friends, and the minute the credits started rolling, one of them said, "What? No bloopers?" And I have stolen that line so many times. And now my wife uses it when she's displeased with something. And that's
So
kind of what I ripped off of with the band.
I feel like I've probably told this story before on some Laughing Place stream, but I can tell you the other two movies that opened the same day as Reign of Fire because my friends and I in college went and saw a triple feature of it started with Crocodile Hunter Collision Course, which is the live action Crocodile Hunter movie.
Okay.
Then we went into Reign of Fire, the second movie, and then the finale was Sam Mendes' Road to Perdition, starring Tom Hanks. So it was a great triple feature that day.
Did you watch all of them that day?
Yeah, all three
Nice.
back to back.
Go to the other pumpkin at the end of Main Street. The
Oh,
big
that
one.
pumpkin. Sorry.
That
Yeah.
pumpkin.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Have you ever just stayed and stopped on Main Street and spent a good chunk of the day on Main Street?
No, but I know people sit on that rocking chair or whatever, and just like
On the porch?
people watch.
Yeah.
I can't say that I have.
And I know
Why
Laughing
do
Places
you ask?
founders have spent a lot of time at Coke Corner.
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't get it. And I'm just trying to figure out who of my friends does it or has done it.
Yeah.
I'm restless, so I'd just be like, okay, we got to go. But I know if
It's
you kind of plant your
yeah.
feet, you'll see some stuff.
It's really only been in recent years that I have become one of these people that will go to a theme park and not do rides. Like just
Yeah.
like be really gung ho about getting on as many rides as possible. But before I was a theme park journalist, I was really like adamant that we couldn't, we had to be efficient. We had to do, cram in as many things as you
Yeah.
could. There wasn't a lot of hanging around. But
No
now,
malarkey.
now that I'm here once a week, roughly, I can kind of take my time a little bit more. Here's that rocking chair I was talking about.
Yep.
That's
If I
not really a
remember right,
rocking
that's
chair.
the former Wizard of Braz location back in the day. I think that was where it was.
Okay.
What's today? 16th? Well, as we walk down Main Street, I'd like to remind you to like, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever we go live with streams like this one. You can also become a member of the Laughing Place YouTube channel and be invited to special member-only streams, as well as our private Discord channel, which is full of rambunctiousness. Coming up in the near future, we have plenty of coverage on laughingplace.com from New York Comic-Con, as well as the upcoming Lightbox Animation Festival, so stay tuned for all that. Disney Trivia Live is on a bit of a hiatus this week, though, so tune in next week. And if you are a member, you will be able to watch a live stream of me and Kyle, or well, Kyle provoking me, rather, into long, lengthy rants about the Disney Adventure and other different things.
Yeah? All right,
All
let's
right.
go.
Mike, do you have anything?
I don't think so. I think I'm
Okay.
good.
All right. From the foot of Town Square and Main Street, USA at Disneyland Park in Anaheim, California. So long, everybody.
Bye.